Sometimes, if you want to make good barbecue, you got to get up early. Today, we're smoking a whole pork butt on the Weber Kettle using the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle insert. This will turn your Kettle grill into a smoker. I'm going to take you back in time till I got this pork butt ready. We'll see you back at the grill to get the fire started. Let's talk about pork butts here quick for a second. When it comes to getting maximum flavor on a pork butt, it's all about surface area. To increase your surface area, you got two options. One, which I often do, is to butterfly it right open and hinge it on the money muscle right here. The other option, which is what we're going to do today, is we're going to go from the fat cap and we're going to cut cross hatches right through it, and we're going to go really deep. When you do this, go deeper than you think you should. I'll show you in just a minute how we do that. When it comes to picking out a good pork butt, I like to look for a medium-sized pork butt, somewhere in that about 8-pound range. This one here today is in 7 pounds. It's on the smaller side, but it's going to be just fine. Another thing you want to look for is a really nice, thick, soft fat cap on the top. You may choose to remove some of that fat cap, but from my experience, when you've got a good fat cap on top, you get good marbling inside the pork as well. And the other thing is that soft fat. It needs to feel soft. Sometimes you get them where the fat feels a little bit tougher. To me, those pork butts are inferior. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. So let's get this opened up. I'll bring you in close. I'm going to show you how we prepare it for smoking and how we season it. Right, let's get this open. Get this right out of the way. I want to show you this fat cap. This is a nice one here. When you push it in, it should dent. Okay? If your fingers aren't leaving dent in your pork butt, that's the wrong kind of fat. I'm going to look this over. I don't think we're going to trim much off of this. A little bit of sinew down here on the bottom. We're going to clean that up a little bit. Not critical. It's not the end of the world. Most of this is going to render down anyways. You can pick it out at the end, but just a quick trim. Using my American-made Lamson boning knife for this job. It's really nice to be able to find a company that can produce a quality product in America, and also it's very affordable. All right, so let's flip it over. Now let's get this scored. Like I said, you want to go really deep with this. You're going to hit the bone here, and that's fine. Let's open it up. Right to that bone there. And then here, open it up. See, we're probably going in there about an inch and a half. Pour this right across. Be careful on this end, that's going to want to burn. We won't go too deep there. Now, just do the same thing, go in the other direction. We're only going to be doing this on the fat cap side, and I'm cooking fat cap up. This will also decrease our cooking time, from my experience, because you're going to let that heat get in there. So you're almost making like burnt ends. Look at that. Pretty cool, isn't it? Get that flavor right in there. Now, let's get this seasoned up. For seasoning today, we'll be going with Fire Smoke Bbq Company. I've got their Windy City and Second City barbecue rub. We're going to be mostly using the Windy City, which is a sugar-free barbecue rub, and we're going to even just a light touch of the Second City barbecue rub for just a little bit of sweetness. Another topic, binders. Do we need them? I don't believe we do. Some people want to smear this in mustard. I got no problem with that if that's what you want to do. I don't feel the mustard is necessary, so we're going to skip that step. So we're going to start on the bottom side. Windy City. Give it a nice coat of that. Okay. Now we got the Second City, which again, this has got quite a bit of sugar in it. If you followed me for a while, you know I don't do a lot of sugar, so just a light coating of that will be enough. It's going to give it a little bit better color in the bark and just balance out some of that salt and smoke a little bit. So, same thing. I want to put that sweeter rub on the top though. I think that'll help improve the bark color. Spread this all around. Get it down in those cracks, open them up. Make sure you shake some in there. We're going to go with the Second City here on top again, just like we did on the bottom. It's a nice even coat across the whole thing. And then we'll just tap that in, make sure it's stuck everywhere. Check our cracks, make sure we got stuff down all those cracks. Okay, and then for the edges, we're just going to take it and just tap it on the cutting board. So we get some of that rub up that big edge here. We're going to go ahead and make sure we season that. We use both rubs again. This looks good now. We're going to put this in the refrigerator. It's going to be noontime right now. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, we're starting to grill. I'm going to remove the grate. Smoke and sizzle insert. This here is going to hold the charcoal off to one side. And then this is the water pan. We're going to use that today since we're cooking a pork butt. We want a high humidity cooking environment. Simply just drop that in. Add your charcoal. Cooking with Max Briquettes today. Always Jealous Devil products around here. These briquettes are 2.5 times the size of your ordinary briquettes with no chemical smoke or odor. Gonna fill this right up. Got a few extra in here, but that's fine. We're gonna pick those out and put them in our chimney to start the fire. Only gonna take about a dozen briquettes to get the fire started. Right there, about one layer in the bottom of the chimney, that'll be plenty. I'm gonna put these on my stove to light them. This is probably the quickest way to start charcoal. Put that burner on high. This will only take a few minutes over the heat, and then we'll move it over the kettle to finish lighting. These coals are almost ready. We're gonna move them to the kettle, and they'll finish heating up over there. Just want to bring you in close so you can see how much charcoal this FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle holds. I'd estimate this at around 8 pounds of charcoal. This is going to give me a long cook. While this charcoal finishes heating up, we're going to go ahead and get a meat probe into this pork butt. Today we're using the Inkbird 5G Wi-Fi barbecue thermometer. All right, so we're going to insert one probe into the pork butt, and we'll be using one more to monitor the grill temperature. You just want to find a nice deep center point without touching any bone. I think we'll go just about like that. Coals are starting to ash over pretty good. Going to go ahead and dump them here in the middle and let the kettle start coming up to temperature. Just make one little pile in the middle. And then we'll shut the grill grate as best we can. It's not going to go all the way down, but it'll burn down and then it'll shut. I wanted to load this to the max because it's cold, it's windy today. Make sure we can get through on one load of fuel. Knock that off. Got our thermometer right here to monitor the kettle. Shut the lid. We've got the bottom vent open halfway. I'm going to open the top vent all the way until we get close to 200 degrees, and then we'll start turning it down a little bit. Also, I'm going to wait to put the water in the smoke and sizzle until we get up to temperature. So we'll check back when this kettle hits around 200 degrees. Grill's up around 200 degrees now. We've got the vent to half open. We're going to go ahead and get this pork butt on. It can finish coming up to temperature while the pork butt cooks. We're going to be shooting for today around 250, 275 degrees. Let's go ahead and get some Jealous Devil smoke blocks in there. One important tip when you're smoking on a kettle or Weber Smoky Mountain or any small confined space is to be careful not to over smoke your meat. So we're going to put this one smaller one right over here where it's burning right now. And then one more chunk off to the side. And then we can always add more if I feel it's necessary. Time to put the pork butt on. We're going inside here. We're going to put towards the heat. Next, we're going to add some water to the water pan. And we shouldn't have to mess with this much. We're not going to have to spritz it or anything like that because we're going to let the water from the smoke and sizzle keep our cooking environment nice and moist. The less you open the grill, the better off you are because if you're looking, you're not cooking. All right. I don't know if you noticed, but I lined this smoke and sizzle with foil to help it stay nice and clean looking. We put about 1.5 quarts of water in there. So we'll check back later. Go ahead and take a quick look. We're about 2 hours into this cook so far. You see, we've got tons of charcoal left in that FlameTechGrills smoke and sizzle. Still can't even shut the lid, I don't think. But look at that bark. Starting to get some really nice color on that pork butt. This thing is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Look at that bark. Ooh, if you could smell this right now, it's like heaven. All right, we're going to get this lid shut because we're looking, so we're not cooking. Been just over 4 hours. Gonna go ahead and throw one more small piece of smoke wood in. Take a look at this. Look at that bark we're getting out of this cook. Look at that bark. This is gonna be fantastic. I can tell you one thing. The smoke and sizzle will do the same job as the slow and sear and drip and griddle combination at a fraction of the price. This will run you around $70. Use my discount code RustyLamb and save even more. I can't recommend this smoke and sizzle enough, especially when it's loaded up with Jealous Devil charcoal. Okay, a little bit over 6 hours into this cook now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this pork butt. I can't believe how much charcoal is left in this FlameTechGrills smoke and sizzle. But look at that bark. How amazing does that look? We're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. Doesn't have much longer to go, but we want to save a little bit of that juice. And I got a little something special to put in a wrap. If you've been following me for a while, you can probably guess what that's going to be. So let's get it off. Now look at that beautiful bark. Check out this giant spatula I got from Lamson. This is key for getting pulled porks off. If you follow me, you know what we're doing here. We're going to put a little bit of bacon up on top in the wrap. Nice big spoonful of bacon up right in that foil. Put it on top and let it drip down through the meat. Also going to give it one more quick hit of the rub. Freshen up that flavor a little bit. Wrap this up tight. We'll put it back on the smoker. Probably only going to take about another hour at most, I would think. And then we'll let it rest so it's time to eat. We got the meat probe back in it. Keep an eye on it. Shouldn't be too long now. Internal temperature of 190 degrees on this meat. Let's get it off. We're going to put this in a foil pan just in case we get a hole in the foil. We'll catch all the juices. We'll bring this inside. Nice warm place to rest for a couple hours. Then we'll dig in. It'll be time for the taste test. See you then. So I just want to show you how much charcoal is left. We started this cook at 6 a.m. this morning. It's now 2:30 p.m. We have almost half of the Jealous Devil Max Briquettes left in this smoke and sizzle from FlameTechGrills. Winning combination. Can't wait to keep cooking on this. Get one of these FlameTechGrills for yourself. I'll leave a link and discount code down below. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Pork butt's been resting. Let's open it up and see how the FlameTechGrills did. Nice bark. Plenty of juice in there. Let's see how it pulls. Find that bone. Right out, as I'd expect. Nice clean bone. Did you know this makes a perfect tool for shredding your pulled pork? Look at that. We got a beautiful smoke ring on that. Time for the taste test. Oh my God. The smoke flavor on that is incredible. FlameTechGrills, smoke and sizzle, combined with Jealous Devil charcoal and some hickory smoke chunks. Winning combination. Go ahead and check out the description down below for a discount code. You want to get one for yourself. I'm going to be here snacking away. Oh man. Oh.